So, hi classmates, hi ma'am, good afternoon everyone. So, before I start, let me introduce myself. My name is Tazerel S. Florinosos, and I'm your today's reporter. And I'm going to report about the different problems of watershed management and watershed protection in Davao region. So, let me give you a quick overview about the topic. So, what is watershed management? So, it is a term used to describe the process of implementing land use practices and water management practice to protect and improve the quality of water and other natural resources within a watershed by managing the use of those land and water resources in a comprehensive manner. So that is watershed management is. So comes from the root word manage. So this this is the it is the one who is managing the use of those land, so and other natural resources, so specifically water resources. So next is, how about watershed protection? So it is a means of protecting a lake, river, or stream by managing the entire watershed that drains into it. So clean, healthy watersheds depend on an informed public to make right decisions when it comes to the environment and actions made by the community. So let's start now. So I'm going to give you two problems of watershed in Davao region. So first, I choose to present the Davao River Basin, or also what we also known as the DRB. So Davao River, as we all know, it's considered the third largest river in Mindanao, and it's next to Mindanao River and Agusan River. So the main river is 86 kilometers long and drains an area of about 175,960 hectares. In a view of its size, economic significance in the Davao region, and its potential to provide for the water security of Davao City, the Davao River Basin, or DRB, is included among the 18 major river basins in the country that are priority for master planning. So, according to the PSA, Davao City has about 180 ethnic groups, while Bukidnon is home to 179 ethnic groups, and the river basin itself is part of the ancestral domain of Ubu Manubo, Matigsalog Manubo, Eta Manubo, and Bagubo Klata. So about 75% of the basin area is covered by the certificates of ancestral domain titles of the four tribes. So I already attached the table. This is the settlements and population within the Davao River Basin. So just check the lang ninyo. And that is a sample picture of DRB. And what are the problems and issues and challenges in DRB? So stakeholders have identified a host of problems affecting the DRB and classified and organized them by ecosystem across a ridge to reef landscape. Further analysis is provided using the problem tree method. So here, the next slide. This is the given all the problems at issue. This is the major challenges that the master plan will seek to address over the next 15 years. So first, the protection and conservation of ENR assets in DRB, large parts of which are degraded. And next, elevation of the poverty situation in rural areas, which are largely the ancestral domain of indigenous people. Next is increasing the resiliency of ecosystem, communities, and livelihoods to natural hazards and the impact of climate change. And next, enhancement of the capability of designated on-site local and resource managers to effectively manage areas titled or tenured to them. And lastly, putting in place the appropriate and effective governance system for DRB management. So let's go on with what is the development vision, mission, and objectives of DRB. So the major stakeholders of Davao Region Basin crafted this vision statement. A healthy Davao River Basin, sustainably managed by empowered and responsible stakeholders. So it is the stakeholders' vision to collaboratively improve DRB's capacity and resiliency to provide ecosystem goods and services. And it's based on the principle of integrated water resource management, or IWRM, good governance and stewardship, and upholding gender and cultural sensitivity, exclusive growth for the benefit of on-site land and resource managers, farmers, enterprises, industries, and communities. So here, since I can't really give you all the information, so I already attach what are the strategies, the map, financing strategy, and the water resource. So in the strategies, these are the comparative advantages of DRB, major source of water, agroclimatic and geographic location, and unique features. And here is the land map of land and resource, the water resource. So surface water is more abundant than groundwater stack. And the financing strategy. There you can see the components, the estimated cost, and what is the percent of share. So that is, so DRB. This is the sample photo of DRB. Look at how big it is. So that would be all for the first example that I've choose. So let's move on now to the second one, which is the water quality in Mindanao Island of the Philippines, specifically in Davao City. So the Philippines is an archipelagic country dominated by water and inland water sources. Water quality has been the subject of attention for the country and specifically Mindanao Island because of the role these natural resources plays in agriculture. So water supply and usage for the island and the nation are identified and discussed in relation to the scarcity of potable water. So living on an island nation with multiple natural water resources did not guarantee access to clean water for the 75% of the Philippine population that has low socio-economic status and live in rural villages, which also called as barangays. So the progression of moving policy decision-making process from global initiative to national initiative began first with the UN establishing internal partnership with existing Philippine government institutions such as the Department of Social Welfare and Development and the National Statistical Coordination Board providing community access and local monitoring. So what is the water scarcity problem scope? So the scope of water scarcity in the Philippines still rests on systematic problems brought forth and the onset of baselining the nation's status in relation to UN MDGs by the World Bank in 2003. So it's actually ranked number 5 in the overall cost of death for the nation in 2010 analysis and preventable diarrhea attributed to unsanitary water at a rate of 354.5 per 100,000 of population. So, how about the major issues that concerning the use and scarcity of water? So, first is the inconsistency of water supply and demand. So, yeah, I guess mostly about the in barangays. So, experience inconsistency, that is one of the problem, and lack of water allocation system and distribution formula, quick regulation, permit monitoring, enforcement of water use due to insufficient manpower, low operating budget, outdated principles mandated in Water Code of Philippines, first in time priority and right, and unsustainable water pricing that does not properly reward efficient water uses with economic incentives. So, how about the health and environmental impact about the when it comes to scarcity water problem? So, first is human population and the surrounding environment are at risk when body of water like rivers, streams, and lakes are polluted with wastewater or spillage. So, this source of bodies in return contaminate nearby groundwater, making humans susceptible to environmentally related illnesses and disease, resulting in mortality and morbidity. So, water bodies in urban areas are the most susceptible to contamination due to the direct and indirect pollution caused by unprecedented development. So, to summarize everything in my next example, so clean water is very essential to improve the quality of public health. So, therefore, maintenance and improvement of the quality of water is very important to achieve this objective. And also, these challenges are apparent in the fragmented establishment of legal policies cascading into weak reinforcement that in turn is ineffective in preventing pollutants from contaminating fresh groundwater sources that impacts public health. So therefore, now is the time to revise and translate national laws and policies through the involvement of community to better the environmental condition of the Philippines. So I already attached some of the photo as well as a table graph about the Mindanao Island water quality or how the scarcity of water in Mindanao. So as we can see, a lot of people are standing there waiting for their turn to get their water. So that would be all. Do you have any questions, clarifications? So don't hesitate to ask. So yes, that would be all. So once again, my name is Daisy Florinosos. Thank you for listening and have a great day, everyone.